What's up, everybody? Relic out here in the woodshed. Um, Most of you guys know I did the video recently about Jedi Vapor and another network that was saying stupid things about handicapped people. And then I did the video after that because people were telling me that Jedi Vapor was going around telling people that my video was stating that I was accusing Ray and Through the Fog of being involved on that attack. And of course, I had to talk to CowboyJedi, and through our conversation, he had told me that it was Brent and Carrie from Vapors TV that was giving him that information, telling him that. Well, then, may I tell you that video, it was the reaction to it was a bit overwhelming for me, because when I do these videos, a lot of times I question myself on if I'm doing the right thing, if it's coming across the way that I want it to come across. But I got to tell you, viewer response has been way more than I expected. I can't tell you how many messages I got from people, whether it be IMs through Facebooks, comments on the post, IMs over in Vapors TV about people saying, hey, what you're doing is really awesome, really appreciate it, glad to have somebody who has the balls to come out and talk about these issues. And that reaffirmed that what I was doing was the right thing. Then, starting Sunday, started getting mixed messages about what CowboyJedi is doing, and things that are happening, and things that are being said, and he's supposedly getting these emails that are threatening violence and everything. I got people sending me screenshots of the entire message, Facebook message, between Brent and CowboyJedi, Dave, and I was really starting to question what had happened. And so then last night, which was Monday, I pulled CowboyJedi into a hangout and recorded it. And it was under the ruse of me wanting to make sure I had everything right. That everything I was saying was what he told me. I just wanted to make sure I could be able to get that. And I got all that. He admitted that everything that I had said was what he had told me. So then I couldn't get out of him where it was that Brent had supposedly had told him that this is what the video had said. And Jedi had told me about these emails that he got, and he screenshotted them and sent me a screenshot through Facebook Instant Messenger. And in that Facebook Instant Messenger, it didn't have a timestamp on it. So I couldn't validate that the email that stated that it came from Brent and that it was this person saying, hey, you got to check out this video that Relic is doing, and the spelling of Relic was RELIC, and that he's bad-mouthing Ray and bad-mouthing Through the Fog, and he's blaming them for it, that they were involved in everything. Well, it didn't have a timestamp on it. So I said, Jedi, do me a favor. He goes, what? I said, forward me those emails directly. I said, as you got them, just click on forward and send it to me at this email address. He did. Gotcha. he sent it to me, which, of course, it then had the timestamp on it. The timestamp was Monday, April 13th at, I believe it was 2:35 in the afternoon, something like that. So he told me that he was talking about this Thursday, Friday morning maybe, that this is what had happened, that I was supposedly saying these things in my video. But the email he didn't get until Monday. So then, I don't know. So then the Facebook conversations between him and Brent, there was nothing in there. So right now, the show, the segment is keeping it real. And that's what it's all about. It's about keeping it real, accountability, keeping people accountable for what they do. So now, with that being in mind, what kind of host would I be if I can't keep it real about my own fucking self, right? So, because of what was told to me, I had came out and did the video that I did Friday, accusing Brett and Carrie of telling him all these things. And now comes the point in time where I have to look back and say, you know what? You don't have one bit of evidence they did, and you don't have one bit of evidence they didn't. So where do you stand in this now? Where I stand in it is it's possible, but I don't have proof, so I can't make that claim. So because of that, I have to sit here and say, Brent, Carrie, I apologize for accusing you of giving him that information. I don't have any proof you did. So I cannot say you did. I apologize. Whether or not you two decide to accept my apology or not, that's completely up to you. But when a man does something wrong, he can be held accountable by himself by admitting he did something wrong. And as a man, that's what I'm doing. I did something wrong by making that video stating that you guys gave him that information, and I apologize. That's all done behind us now. Well, done behind me. Now, let's get into something else. I can't really do this as an actual factual, I've got proof bit, but I can do this as an opinion. This is my opinion of what happened. CowboyJedi wanted to get out there. He wanted to get his name in lights. He wanted everybody to know who CowboyJedi was. So in my opinion, he knew exactly what my video was all about. But he saw a way in the feud that Carrie, Brent, and myself have together against each other. He saw a way to exploit himself by getting the three of us involved in on it. By coming out and saying that those two were saying this about me, you could pretty much guarantee you knew there was going to be a reaction by me. And that's what happened. You got the reaction. The video came out. And I'm sure CowboyJedi got a lot of attention over it. But then we go back to the emails that he's been getting. Well, let me do something else first. I'm going to throw up a couple screenshots here. And this is going to go towards CowboyJedi's credibility. His own website that he has, that he makes money on, supposedly. I haven't clicked on the links because I'm not about to. But the links on the right-hand side, to me, just scream and shout, scam or pyramid scheme, something. I just don't like it, so I'm not even going to click on them, so I can't really talk about what they are. But he's got a Mr. Good Juice, Good Life. I don't know what the name of the juice review is, but it was from a juice that he won on Through the Fog. He has got this long e-juice review of the entire line. I mean, according to this e-juice review, you'd have had to sample every bottle, every flavor, and describe it and rate it and give its performance and everything. I mean, it was a long review. The problem being is a copy and paste of Lindsay Fox's e-juice review. And I called him out on it in the Hangout, and he swears it's his review. He did the review that he, the e-juice reviewer that I was talking about, Lindsay Fox, who was a she, that he had contacted him stating that his review somewhat resembled the original review and he needed to take care of it. So CowboyJedi said that it was his review, that it was all original, and that he was going to go ahead and make some tweaks to it to make it so it wasn't so much like his. But I mean, it was a complete copy and paste of Lindsay Fox's review, used the same pictures off of Lindsay Fox's page, and at the very bottom, it says about the author. And CowboyJedi gives a story about himself. He takes complete credit for a copy and paste e-juice review. And I talked with Lindsay about it, and she says it's not the fact that he didn't give her credit. It is the fact of the blatant thievery that he blatantly copied and pasted the entire review word for word. It changed the design of it a little bit to match his website, but it was a complete copy and paste. And if you go further into his site, you'll see an article on beards. Another complete copy and paste. Every article, every tab that he has up there pretty much is a complete copy and paste of somebody else's. And on every page there's that same marketing scheme on the right-hand side. So he's committing I love when you get the word halfway through an inhale and it's like, fuck, I want to finish the inhale before I say the word. He's committing plagiarism and making money off of it by having those links on the side of it. So he's stealing other people's work, taking credit for himself, and then making money off of it by having those links on that side. Just to give you an idea of his credibility. Well, then now let's go back to these emails. The emails he sent, of course, the first one that I said was from, and it kills me, because the address was ArmyVet71 @ blah blah blah.com. The name was Britt, and then his last name. The spelling of my name, my relic name, was capital RELIC, the exact same way CowboyJedi spells it. The spelling of Kindred Vapors Network was completely wrong. Way, way, way off wrong. I mean, Kindred wasn't even spelled right. Brent broadcasted with myself over on Southern Vapors for a little while, so the spelling of vapors he knew. was exactly the same as Southern Vapors. So there's no way he would have misspelled that. And then the other message was something about I told you to keep your mouth shut, you bitch boy. I got you, boy, was something that he said in this email, which is the exact same thing that Cowboy Jedi repeated a couple times in his own video. So there's a lot of things in these emails that point back to the original sender of those emails, in my opinion, is Cowboy Jedi. Cowboy Jedi, in my opinion, is sending himself these emails to make it look like somebody else is attacking him. And the funny thing about it is he goes so far as to say he turned the emails over to the police. The police asked them, because threats were made, if he would like to pursue charges. He said he would. Now, last night, Cowboy Jedi and I were in that hangout. And at that time in the hangout, I had told him, I can't back you on this anymore. This is what I believe. I believe you're sending yourself the emails and that I cannot back this anymore. I told him I had to pull out. I had to rescind my previous video, and I had to make an apology to Brent and Carrie, and that I didn't appreciate this. And I told him that's it. I said, I'm done with this, and ended the hangout. Now, he said he made the police report earlier that afternoon. About 45 minutes to a half an hour later, I'm in another hangout with a couple other people, and Cowboy Jedi messages me. Amazingly, at around 11:45 in the evening, the detective called him. 11:45 at night, the detective's going to call him to let him know they tracked the IP address from the emails and where it came back to. McPherson, Kansas. He's claiming that the cops are telling him the email came from McPherson, Kansas. That's where the IP address came from, was McPherson, Kansas. I'm going to tell you right now, McPherson, Kansas is really a small town. Not many vapors. 2 people from McPherson, Kansas do go to Vapors TV. Well, one not anymore. My wife. I'm the other one. My response to him, of course, was, well, okay, if it came back to McPherson, Kansas, you tell him to show up at blah, 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 blah Street, McPherson, Kansas. He's like, why is that? I said, because that's my motherfucking address. Well, I didn't say it was you. Well, who else is it going to be? And then supposedly the cops came to his house today and told him the same thing. Why they would make a phone call and tell you and then come to your house the next day to tell you the same thing makes absolutely no sense. So when I got home today, I messaged Cowboy Jedi and I told him this is what's going to happen. You are going to send me the detective's name and the police department he works for, the name of it. I don't want you to send me the phone number. I will get that information on my own. And that if he didn't send me that information, then I am and will be calling down there and talking to the police myself to find out if he ever made a report. Chances are there's not any kind of report. So basically, let's end this real quick by saying, as I've said, I believe Cowboy Jedi found a way to get his name out there to get his name out there and have people feel for him. But then he couldn't, if he it was a snowball effect, you know. You got the one lie. Brett and Carrie told me. That lie kept rolling, and the snowball kept getting bigger. Now these people are attacking me, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Now all of a sudden, the email's coming from me because, of course, I no longer support him, so now he's got to try to throw me under the bus for some reason, which isn't going to fly. So it's just spiraling out of control, out of control. Jedi, I know you're going to watch this video, and I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but with what you're doing, you, in my opinion, have got some issues that you might want to consider addressing on a professional level with somebody. Seek help, dude. Seriously. Everybody knows me. I'm not the one to knock somebody with handicaps, but I'm thinking there's something else there with you that maybe you're not aware of, that maybe seeking professional help might make you aware of it, and you can seek the help that you, in my opinion, need to be able to keep it real. Because right now, you're not keeping it real. You're playing a game, and you're fucking with people that don't need to be fucked with. Using your disability to get people to do things to further your own agenda is disgusting, in my opinion. And I really hope you think about it. I really hope you watch. And more importantly, I really hope you take your website down, because every one of the pages you plagiarized, they have been notified. And from what I'm understanding, a few of them are seeking legal action. So, lesson learned, Jedi. Keep vaping. Get a mod that really hits when you really want it to.